Our first maker today is Nemo Gould, and Nemo creates all kinds of things, but there's particularly, you were an artist in residence at the Dump in San Francisco, and which is a very distinguished position in the city. And you can show some of the great work, a lot of kinetic work that you do, and please welcome Nemo Gould.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Dale actually said everything that I was going to say earlier, so I kind of have nothing left, you know, the hoarding and the doing and the things. I'm that guy. I've always been attracted to whatever I could get my hands on, and yes, the San Francisco Dumps Artist in Residency program has been the best way to funnel that energy for me personally. So this is where my talk begins, at the happiest place on earth, which is the San Francisco Dump. It's kind of like the Home Depot of stuff that nobody wants that I would pay for if I could find it, but it all piles up there. So I spend a lot of time there. I can't as much anymore because my residency's over, but this is sort of my A game, I guess, digging for goodies. The Alameda Flea Market, if you all don't know about that, is another favorite haunt for me. I just keep moving around to keep the materials fresh wherever I may find them. I'm wanting to I threw together a really sort of sloppy narrative of one piece. So you're supposed to be noticing this element of the violin here, because that's what I found that day. This is about this. I tend to gather the weeks, hoard together, and do sort of a mugshot so I have a record of what's been coming in. And in this instance, we're looking at the violin and the little radio and this chandelier here. And I'll just sort of walk you through what happens. I come home to my studio in Oakland, which is perhaps the 6th or 7th studio. I've had to move a lot, but with each iteration, I get to further refine the science of recombining garbage and making it into stuff. So this is sort of how it looked a couple of days ago, but you can sort of see some of the organizational process of the types of materials that I store away and the machines I use. Organization is key. If you're going to spend your life collecting stuff, if you have any illusion that you're going to use it, you have to be able to find it. So I'm really keen on these systems of little boxes and shelving and such so that it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You want to be able to find the corners first, right, and move in. So stuff. I'm coming off a long period of focusing on a lot of aluminum. Now you see more wood and brass and things filtering their way in. I get serious pleasure out of finding these things and knowing where they are. It threatens the process because one can get lost in organizing and putting stickers on things. But it all adds up in the end. This is just, I'm walking you through it. Little bits everywhere. So here is the violin. Here's the radio that's been gutted. And these are piano hammers. And I'm so grateful that everyone brought in a piano for me so I can show you that it's like that. This was a commission to build an insect that involved a lot of musical instrument history to it. I'd done one similar, so this is sort of a repeat, but we have the violin and the piano hammers coming together. These are the little faux wax cups from the chandelier in that sort of mugshot of the garbage I had hauled. In this case, I realized I could use them as gears, so they're meshed together to provide a transmission system for the legs of the insect. It's driven on the back by a motor. The shaft goes through to the other side, so you see the motion translated this way. Everything is more fancy with velvet, so velvet. And here's the finished piece. So, thank you. Kind of an arbitrary selection. It's just fairly recent, so I could find the pictures at a moment's notice. This represents one avenue of my body of work, these sort of little creatures. I guess we can spare a moment. I don't want to get into video because 7 minutes disappears fairly quickly, but in this case, we should see what actually happened. So everything is found. The pistons had to be made, but they're made out of found parts. The springs are from little solenoids. There's little jewelry, necklace beading connections. This is all chandelier stuff. 2 different types of piano hammers are forming the legs. I wanted to show a video as well just to emphasize the importance of documenting as being part of the work. The internet has been a really great tool for helping people like me make their careers and make their living, but unfortunately when you finish the work now, you aren't really done. You have to take the video and put it out there. So this is how most people will experience the thing. So I always emphasize that as part of the process. To tell a little story, kind of give the whole experience. All right. So the biggest avenue throughout the whole body of work is probably these robot figures. I don't like to think of them as robots because then I talk to nerds and they say it's not a robot because it doesn't have intelligence and it doesn't help make our life better. And so that's true. It's not a robot. I think of them as figurative sculpture, and I'm just not very good at it, right? They're crude humans is what they are, because I'm working with garbage and I can't get soft, fleshy stuff out of garbage. So that happens to look like a sort of caricature of a robot, and I'm happy with that. I'm still getting over all the trash science fiction and comic books that I was into as a kid. I think that's important for me. I want art to be pleasant and exciting for people. I'm not really concerned with narrative. I'm wanting to stir people up and give them that sort of joy of, hey, that's really cool, and I didn't realize I could do that with gas pumps, right? So these last two are much bigger than the little insect. This is 5.5 feet tall. This is maybe 6 feet long. Again, you've got gas pumps, street lamp cover, propane tank. I don't know what a lot of the stuff is, but found. Acoustic guitar and rocking chairs. I kill a lot of rocking chairs now because I have this, I have a fascination with cephalopods, squids in general. My real name is Nemo, but it's been presumed before the cartoon about the fish that the Captain Nemo was, that I'd stolen it from him. Not true, but it's too late. Now I'm fascinated with squids anyway. So I kind of took that on. Some more big ones. These are the homunculus theme. I've got little men driving big men. Sexy rocket ship. Dioramas are another thread I love very much. I thought I would be an animator when I was a kid. Again, loving the science fiction. Didn't want to spend that much time in front of a computer. So these are like individual frames of movies that I would have made if life had gone differently. These all move, but again, video was just going to burn up 7 minutes. So you'll have to take my word for it. We there? So rather than take my word for it, go there, watch the movies, and come to my studio on the 11th of May. We're having an exhibit with 4 other artists. I'll have an open studio. You can see some work. That'd be really great. Thank you.